Welcome back, guys, to the Spurgeon Piper. This is Wilson with you. So today we are continuing our series on how to pack your pipe. We covered so far ribbon cuts, then we did flake cut, and now we are going to cover roll cakes or coin cuts, as we mostly think of them, or curly cuts. And we're going to be using as our example this week McBaron's Royal Twist Deluxe, which was a re-release this year. Now, to give you an idea of what that actually looks like most other coin cuts. It looks like a coin, right? So it has that coin shape, whether they're called curly or roll cakes, what have you. You can think of other McBaron products like their Dark Twist or Stockton, or you can think of Three Nuns. Or Escudo. So there are a variety of roll cakes out there or coin cuts out there, and we're going to be using this one as an example for our process. Now, the pipe I'm going to be using is my St. Nicholas 2021 Savinelli, as you can see here, which has a large bowl and does a good job at handling roll cakes or coin cuts. But any size of bowl will absolutely do. And I'm just going to give you one example of how to pack your pipe with a coin cut. So let me say again, as I mentioned in my other videos, there's multiple methods. I've used multiple methods. This is just the one I usually use. I keep my coins full. Some people rub them out fully, and that is okay. So I always want to go into these videos reminding you that there's more than one way to skin a cat, as they say. So let's go ahead and get a look at how do we pack a pipe with coin cuts. Well, here we are with the coin cuts. I have my pipe here, and we'll go ahead and begin. Now, as usual with any blend, you do want to check the moisture. Typically, I do find that coin cuts seem to come perfect in moisture, typically. So I usually don't have any need to dry out my coins whatsoever. So bear that in mind. That's my experience. Yours may differ. So what I'll begin with whether it's a larger bowl like this or take a smaller bowl pipe like this, I will simply just lightly press down a coin. As you can see, I just put one down there, and I'll put a 1 to 3 depending on the size of the bowl. So I just put 3 there. And frankly, for this size of bowl, because it is quite a larger bowl, I can probably put 4. Now again, it depends on the size of the bowl. A bowl like this size, a bit smaller, you may only fit 2 to 3. Other ones you may even fit 2 to 3 or 1 or just the same amount here. And so then I have almost to the top, I have 3 to 4 cuts laid in, coin cuts laid in. So the final layer, what I will do is I will take a cut or a coin as like this, and I'll go ahead and rub it out. Now, as I mentioned in a former video, having a valet or actually just taking off the top of a lid as so, and using that as your valet can suffice, but it just helps with cleanup. That's the purpose of that. So what I'll do is I'll rub it out. So it's more of a ready rubbed type of format of a flake. And that will be my kindling for the top. So do you know what I mean by kindling? If you've ever built a fire, you don't just try to start a fire with big logs. You want kindle, you want lighter material, leaves, you want twigs, things like that. Things are easier to light. That's what we're trying to do here. So I have my kindling up top and the logs, so to speak, on the bottom. And there you are. I'm not pressing down much at all. If you have a tamper, it may be just the weight of the tamper itself, maybe a hair stronger. You're really not wanting to tamp down when you have these full coins at the bottom. All right, so with that filled, I'll go ahead and light it up and we'll get an example of what it looks like. So those are first light. Usually you want to give it a time to flare up just a hair. And I'm going to tamp it down. Actually could have let it light a bit longer, but that's okay. One thing you learn is not every light is going to be perfect, not every pack is going to be perfect, and you just learn to go with that. So there we are. So I'd say that's a decent light. It probably could have been lit a bit longer, but that's not my focus so much. But I had a good draw on my pipe. There was still air coming through in a decent consistency, almost like sucking through a straw with liquid inside. That's kind of what you're aiming for when you pack a pipe, whether it's coin cut, ribbon cut, flakes. You don't want too much oxygen flow, but you do want a bit of resistance, enough where it's like drinking something out of a straw. So there you are, guys. That is typically the method I use for packing coin cuts. The only other difference I might do, and this blend itself actually would be a good candidate for it, is I'll actually not rub out any of my flakes and just pack in as many as I need and then light my pipe. And that suffices. That does a job. Depending on the moisture, depending on the cut, it may or may not work so well, but that is a secondary option. Very similar to flakes. You can, on the top of a flake, you can add just a bit of Kindle, rubbing out a bit and putting it on top, and that might help you get things started while having the benefit of a full flake. So I hope that helps. If you have comments, you have questions, you have concerns, feel free to leave them below. Or if you're someone who uses a different method, hey, share it on the bottom of the screen. I know that'll be helpful for others. Well, guys, that's all I have. I hope you have a blessed week, and we will talk to you soon.